Dormant Bermudagrass. I am going to give you a technique that golf courses have been using for years when their Bermuda grass goes dormant to how to get all the weeds off of it fairly inexpensively and where you are pretty much weed free going in spring, and that is a dormant application of glyphosate. I know that sounds crazy, and maybe particularly you guys have never heard of it, never seen it, probably just fell off your chair and think I'm off my rocker, but I am not. If I will leave actually a publication from North Carolina State University, my alma mater, goes into this even more, and I will touch on that article in this video, and I'm going to tell you at least what I do and how I've had success with it and how it in fact works, because there's probably a lot of you right now that it's probably a pretty good dormancy. This is a good opportunity to work with Mother Nature a little bit because of the cold temperatures been further south. They do go in that article putting it out on a greener Bermuda grass. I'll touch on that here. Now, you can only do a dormant application of glyphosate safely on Bahia grass and Bermuda grass. You can't do this on St. Augustine, you can't do this on centipede, just can't do it. Now, talked about in the NC State article is going out with a 1/2 ounce of glyphosate, preferably above 60 degrees on dormant or mostly dormant Bermuda grass is what they are saying. Ideally 70 degrees, and the reason why they are mentioning 70 degrees is they're worried about fescue you would have in your yard controlling it. What I have done is I have went out as much as 2 ounces, a glyphosate application on dormant Bermuda, and I've typically done it in February. That's what I do to my yard. I cannot remember, actually the first time I ever sprayed a golf course, I was spot treating with a big boom sprayer, and that was back in probably 1993, and I can't remember the rate that we did back in the day, back on 419 Bermuda grass, but it worked very well. So you can do spot treatment. They talked about in the NC State article is if you do, or if you are putting this out on slightly green Bermuda grass, and spot treatment, you'll kind of see where it slowed down in those spots and it looks kind of weird. They recommended going out with a blanket application all over your yard at a 1/2 ounce per 1,000 square feet when temperatures are above 60 degrees. Ideally 70 degrees is what they said, so you whack the tall fescue. So that's what they're talking about. Now, as far as putting out blanket applications, if you have a 4-gallon backpack sprayer, that's doable. Talk about spray volume a lot. You need to have enough spray volume so you're covering whatever you're spraying properly. Check the label. I think you can get by with a 1/2 gallon per 1,000 square feet. So a 4-gallon backpack sprayer could indeed do 8,000 square feet and mix accordingly. Typically what I do is I'll go out with maybe a 1/2 gallon and I'll put anywhere from a 1/4 to a 1/2 ounce of glyphosate in that 1/2 gallon, and that seems to go ahead and clean me up pretty well. I don't have much tall fescue. Now, Poania, which is usually the big bugaboo on Bermuda grass during the winter, it germinates primarily in January and February. And that is why I talk about pre-emergent herbicides. And I will leave a link to my pre-emergent herbicide video here at the end of this. An application of Barricade is the one I like. It's fairly inexpensive. It's a great size, a 4-ounce container, and I usually go out at a 1/2 ounce per 1,000 with Barricade. That's enough to do 8,000 square feet. That's a nice size. You know, there are other pre-emergent herbicides. There's a diclopyr/dimension. The only problem with dimension is it only comes in a gallon. It's the only thing I've ever found, and considering it only goes out, if my memory serves, at 3/4 ounce per 1,000, considering you got 128 ounces in it, that is a boatload of pre-emergent. You'll use it for quite some time. Spectacle Flow is another one that's kind of sucksy now with Bermuda grass, guys. And the problem with it is it only comes, I think, in a gallon container, and you're looking over $300 for that gallon container. And it's like the diclopyr. It doesn't go out a very high rate. And I actually see guys online trying to sell ounces of it, which I think is slightly illegal because you're selling the pesticide. You don't have a license to do so. But, who am I to judge? But, it's a Spectacle Flow. It's a good pre-emergent herbicide. But this technique of going out and doing a dormant application of glyphosate and then following up either soon after with Barricade application, that's going to keep you weed free going into spring. It's going to do it really on the cheap. You're not spending that much. The Barricade, I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it's less than $40. Glyphosate itself, it is hard to find nowadays in your Home Depots and stuff like that. And if you're going out and looking for Roundup, you have to understand that Roundup has now branched out, and Roundup is not glyphosate anymore. You need to look at the active ingredients, and the active ingredients are usually down in the lower left of the bottle. You'll see triclopyr. There's all kinds of them. As far as where to get it, I have a Amazon storefront I will leave a link in the first comment and in the description. Amazon storefront. Click on Dormant Bermudagrass, and there is a 25-ounce container of glyphosate, which is not that hateful. It's not too big. I do have the Ranger Pro there. That's the one that I have and I've used. And Ranger Pro, actually, if you're looking for a lot of glyphosate, you got a farm or something like that, that Ranger Pro is a good price point. It really is for glyphosate product. If you don't have a backpack spray, I did a review of these Dylan sprays. I got like 5 of them. This thing really impressed the heck out of me. But you can put the concentrate in here, set the dial. In this case, you're going to be at teaspoons, okay? 4 teaspoons. Teaspoon is 0.16 ounces per thousand. When you go to 4, that's actually 0.66 ounces per thousand square feet if it's calibrated properly. Basically, what I found was if my effective width was 5 foot, if I walked 200 feet, 1,000 square feet, and it took 23 seconds to get a gallon per 1,000 square feet out of here, so I needed to walk 200 feet in 23 seconds. That was my pace. That's how I calibrated it. But if you want to check out my calibration video, I show you how to overlap properly in the whole 9 yards. So that's something that you might want to consider grabbing one of these instead of a backpack sprayer, because it's a 32 ounce. I believe it's a 32 ounce, what they call a jar. I call it a mixed tank, whatever. But you can go out, if you're going out an ounce per 1,000 square feet, that's 32 ounces. You can do 32,000 square feet with that. The reason why I looked into it, I may be doing a football field this year, and I sold my sprayer that Tony Stark together. And I thought, well, it's either one, go out and big sprayer, or find some way to put out a high volume amount of product at 32,000 square feet. I can do darn near a football field with that. Football field's a little more than an acre. I'd have to fill it up twice to a whole football field, maybe, or actually 1.25 times or whatever. So they're handy. Might want to check it out. That's on my Amazon storefront too. If this is the first time in my videos, I'm an agronomist, North Carolina State University graduate. I've been at this for 35 years. YouTube channel started in July 2023. We're up to 6,666 subscribers. Actually, I saw my subscriber count and it was at 6,662. So I don't know. And then I got the red shirt on. So maybe you're talking to the devil. I don't know. But anyway, getting better at this, getting better at editing and things. I've been at this a while. I enjoy doing this and getting near retirement, and a way to share the knowledge and stay in the game. So I'm agronomist Greg Phillips. Check out my Amazon storefront. I will leave a link to it down there. It's everything. Tools, fertilizer, seed. Of course, you guys aren't seeding anything, but there is Yukon Bermuda grass and Monaco Bermuda grass down there. If any of you guys have common Bermuda grass and want to come over to maybe higher quality Bermuda grass seed, might want to check that out. I actually have that on my seed ideas list. Thanks for watching, guys. Good luck.